Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Sampath, I'm from NTT. Today I'm going to talk about how to protect your Glance public image in career grade cloud. Before I begin, I would like to thank vBrownbag crew here, and also Brocade and Cisco for giving us this great opportunity to present our work. So let me begin. First of all, I would like to discuss about what is the public image. And public image is also known as the golden image, which we use in the cloud to give our users to the basic images. So in the carrier grade cloud, there's a vast amount of users, and most of them are not interested about how to configure a server and how to install software. They just need something to work instantly. So that's why we create this pre-configured, pre-licensed image, so they can create a VM in few seconds. How we create this public image is like we configured the VMs to our environment, and we install some required softwares and with pre-license. So if you're going to make a VM out of the public image, it doesn't matter if you make 1 or 10, almost everything is same. And it's very fast, and you can deploy 20, 30 VMs within few minutes. So these are the most advantages of the public, using the public image in the carrier grade clouds. So let me explain you why we need to protect it. I mean, basically when we create the public image, we install some softwares with some license. So within our system, those licenses are free to use. User can use those licenses without any restrictions, but if you take it to the outside system, there is some restrictions. You are not allowed to use it outside system because we basically have the bundled license. For example, like Windows servers, you need OS license and other software license, and basically we provide those bundled license inside the system, but you are not allowed to take it outside. So that's why we need this. That's why we need to protect these images being downloaded from the outside the system. However, in the current Glance configuration, we cannot do this we cannot apply this restriction. Basically, if you can access to the image, you can download it. So that's why we specially implemented this feature to protect the public image being downloaded unauthoritatively. So this is what we implemented in the Glance. First, we had two blueprints proposed for the Juno release, and we implemented this feature for specially to restrict the download of certain images. So what we did is we put a value and key in the Glance image property, and we check it for every download request. So I'm going to explain you how to implement this in your system in 3 steps. Basically, you need 3 configuration steps. The first one is tag your image. That means like you have to put the key and value in your image properties. The second one is you have to protect that tags. So if user can change it, this feature doesn't work. So third one is implement the rules for the image download. So let me explain you the first one, how to tag the image. Basically, you may already know this, like how to put the property in the image. So when you create image, you can put a property and key and value pair in the image. Or if you have existing image, you can update it to in the Glance API version 1 is update. The second one is, I think, patch. So you can put this property in the Glance image. So then you can use it to restrict the image download. And most of you already know like these properties can be changed. So what first came to our mind is in the life cycle of the image, are these properties reliable? I mean, like if you change it to another like volume or VM and change it back to the image again, are these properties will be there? So we searched it and we found some the bugs and we fixed all of them. And this is the basic life cycle of the image, and you can create a volume and then a snapshot of it, and then again back to the volume and again back to the image, and also go to create a VM and come back to the image again. In this life cycle, the image properties will be there without changing anything. So we fixed the few bugs in the current glance image, glance code, and these properties will be there until you delete the image. So you don't have to worry about losing your the license properties. So once we put our key and value on the property, we have to protect the properties. I mean, otherwise somebody could change it and you lose the license information. How we're going to do is, first we have to tell we're going to use the glance image property protection feature. First, you have to tell the glance where to look and what are we looking for. In glance API configuration, we put the file name where we're going to put the rules, and then what kind of rules we are looking for. We basically use the role-based rules, and this is the sample configuration we use in this the feature. And the third one is based on this image property, we're going to make a rule to apply for the image download. So we're going to put this rule in the policy JSON. So you have to, this is the sample of the rule. We can write the rule restricted with if this value and key in the glance property, glance API will restrict the download of this image. So you can create more rules and more combination of rules, and you can have plenty of license key and value pairs in your system. So this is one important thing. After you configure your system, this is the system requirement. In OpenStack, Nova and Cinder also, if you want to create a volume or the VM out of the image, it will also use the user credentials for obtain the image from the glance. So if you only have one glance API with this configuration, you're not going to be able to create the volume or VM because it will restrict the download of the image. So that's why we need two glance APIs side by side, and one is working for external request and one is working for the internal request. The external request basically coming from the users, and when user send a request to download the image, it will check to the policy JSONs and the image properties that we configured earlier, and if it is hit the rules, it will restrict the download. So otherwise, you can download it as normal procedure. When it comes to the inside the system, let's say a Nova, if you send a request to create a VM from certain image, and Nova will ask glance to get the image, and there's no image property protection inside. So you can use this system as you do it in usual. So the one important thing is you have to maintain two glance APIs, and you have to put in the keystone the endpoints. You have to configure it correctly, otherwise this feature doesn't work. So these are the main points. So this comes to my conclusion. We basically built this feature for restrict the download of our public images, which also called as a golden image. And however, these key value pairs, which we call the license keys and values, they are all over the OpenStack logs. So if you want to use it for some metering purpose of the image, you can also do it. Most of them are in the database. Like if you directly check the database, everything will be there. And except for the Nova, you can check it from the API. For example, Cinder API, if you get the details from the volume, it will show you what image it made of, if it is made by the image. So when it comes to Nova, you have to check the details of the server, and get the image ID and recheck the image ID with the glance, then you can realize what kind of image it's using. So, however, these details are all over the logs, and you can use it for the metering of the image. So this is the end of my presentation, and I'd like you to ask, please try this out, this feature, and if you have any positive, negative feedbacks, everything is welcome, and we're looking forward to have your feedbacks. Thank you.